Hello students, today we are going to read the chapter The Ailing Planet, The Green Movement's Role, written by Naini Palkhiwala. Now something about the author. Naini Palkhiwala, he was an Indian jurist and liberal economist. Now about his life and death. He was born on 16th January 1920 in Mumbai and he died on 18 December 2002. He was a very famous writer and he was awarded with Padma Bhushan. Now introduction of the chapter. As you see the title of the chapter, The Ailing Planet. Ailing means sick planet. You will start thinking that how a planet can be sick. So you will read the chapter and you will understand why planet and which planet is called as a sick planet. So this chapter focuses on the declining health of our Mother Earth. Now you might have understood which planet is that. That is our Earth. Because humans growing lust to exploit the natural resources for his benefit. And why this planet has become sick? Who is responsible for this? Human being himself. Because human being, for his own lust, for his own benefit, he is exploiting the natural resources. Today, the vital signs prove that patient in declining health. So you might have understood who is the patient here. Patient is our Mother Earth and her health is declining. Now before proceeding towards the chapter, we should know about some expressions which are used in the chapter. And what are these expressions that you will meet while reading the chapter? First one is a holistic and ecological view. So while reading the chapter, you will see that human perception has been changed. Previously, he thought Earth to be as a machine. Mechanistic view was there. So Earth was considered as machine without emotions, without feelings. But now, as per new human perception, it is called holistic and ecological view. It refers that Earth has its own metabolic needs. It has its own feelings and emotions and it has its own metabolic needs. Second is sustainable development. Now we should know what is sustainable. Sustainable, that is able to be maintained or defended. Sustainable development means natural resources. We should sustain them. We should defend them. And not only defend and save. Along with that, they should be developed also for our future generation. Because whatever nature has given us, we have to defend that. And along with that, we should develop also. Next is languish. Next word you will find here, languish. What is languish? It is to be forced to stay somewhere or suffer something unpleasant for a long time. Languish means take rest in an unpleasant manner for a long time. Ignominious darkness. What is ignominious darkness? It is disgraced as nobody has knowledge about them. Many species remain under ignominious darkness because we don't have knowledge about them. Inter alia. Inter alia means among other things. Another word is decimated. Decimate, to be reduced in number. Catastrophic depletion, disaster, risk, and harmful reduction in number of something. Depletion, that depletes, that is reduced in number, that is called depletion. Catastrophic depletion. Now let us proceed towards the chapter. We will see the summary part of the chapter. This chapter tells about the declining health of our planet. And this chapter is actually in a form of article. And in this article, the writer Naini Palkhiwala, he talks about the importance of green movement in human beings' life. Because this movement has changed the perception of human being totally. Before this, the earth was considered like a machine without feelings, but as this movement, green movement, came, the perception of human being has changed and he has started considering his own duties and responsibilities towards the mother earth. Because now earth is not considered as machine, it is considered as a living being having its own metabolic needs. Now you will see that people have understood their moral responsibilities. They have understood that they are the custodians of the planet. They are the responsible trustees. This planet, this earth, they have got, and they are the trustees of this legacy. And they have to protect this for their future generation. They cannot exploit it. They have to give this legacy. They have to pass this legacy to their future generation. The concept of sustainable development was popularized in 1987. So, as I told you, sustainable development, the natural resources which we have got, we have to sustain them, we have to defend them, and along with that, we have to develop them for our future generations. Here, you will see that the writer tells about one story. Actually, this is not a story, this is the fact that there is one zoo at Lusaka, Zambia. And in that zoo, at the cage, at the door of the cage, it is mentioned, it is written, world's most dangerous animal. People think that some animal might be there inside this cage. They become very curious to see that most dangerous animal. But when they open that cage, what do they see? They see a mirror. And they see their own image, their own reflection. Yes, what does it mean? It means that human being himself is most dangerous animal on this earth. And why he is most dangerous animal on this earth? Because he is exploiting the natural resources for his own benefit. He is responsible for all the destructions caused on this earth. Now, writer gives example of Mr. Lester R. Brown, who has written in his book The Global Economic Prospect. And what he has mentioned there, the Earth's 4 biological systems are there. And what are those biological systems? Fisheries, forest, grassland, and cropland. So these 4 biological systems are being depleted by human being for his own selfish need. And these 4 biological systems like fisheries, forest, grassland, cropland, They not only supply food for us, they also supply raw materials for industries. But human being, for his own selfish needs, he is exploiting. He has brought them to unsustainable level. Now, one saying is there. It is said that forest precede mankind, deserts follow. These are very important lines. Forest precede mankind. What precede means? Came before. Before mankind came on this earth, before him forests were there and deserts will follow. And now deforestation will be there, trees will be cut, only deserts will remain there because mankind for his own benefits is cutting the trees. Due to deforestation, we are reaching towards the deserts. Now there is a mention in the Article 48A in our Constitution of India, and what is mentioned there, that the state shall endeavor to protect and improve the environment. So in the Article 48, it is mentioned that it is the responsibility of ours that we should endeavor to protect and improve the environment and to safeguard the forest and wildlife of our country. We must save the forest and wildlife. But actually, what is happening? We are not able to do our duty. We are not able to perform our duty. We, for our own selfish needs, are cutting the trees. We are destroying the forest. And when we destroy the forest, the wildlife automatically is in danger. One of the reports say that India is losing its forest at the rate of 3.7 million acres a year. Now you can understand, children, that 3.7 million acres a year the forests are being cut. The area is totally treeless. Now, if we go back to find the cause of all the problems, now we should see that what is the main cause of all these problems that are happening today. We will see that is population. Due to overpopulation, all the problems are happening. And how it is estimated that how population is growing? It is estimated that every 4 days the world's population increases by 1 million. Now you can understand the situation. In 4 days, 1 million population is added. So, what is our responsibility? Our responsibility is that we should take steps to control the population. Previously, there was a belief that more children, it means more workers will be there. They will earn more money. But now it is not so. It means more people without work. If more children will be there, it means there will be no employment for them. They will be jobless. So if we talk about India's population, it is more than entire population of Africa and South America put together. You can understand that India's population, it is more than entire population of Africa and South America. Now, what is our concern? Our concern is not that how we will survive. The concern is how our planet Earth will survive. So now we have entered in the era of responsibility. Because now we should take responsibility to save our planet Earth. We should not think that we have nothing to do because we are not responsible for all the degradations. How I may be responsible, but no. We have to take responsibility as a whole because we should not see the world as the collection of parts. It is an integrated whole. Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, we should have to see the whole world as a family. Only then we can be responsible. We can perform our duties very well. Margaret Thatcher, during her prime ministership, has made this statement that no generation has a free hold on this earth. We have is a life tenancy with full repairing lease. As tenants are given the house with repairing lease. If any problem occurs, if any destruction occurs, they have to repair. So we have got this planet as a legacy. We have to, as a tenant, we have to repair it if any destruction comes. Mr. Brown has said, we have not inherited this earth from our forefathers. We have borrowed it from our children. See, the thing which we inherit, it is ours. We can use it as we like. But the thing which we borrow, we have to save it. We have to protect it. And we have to return it. So this earth, this planet, we have not got in heritage from our forefathers. We have borrowed it from our children. So we have to save this planet earth and we have to return this to our children. So our responsibility has increased. Now let us talk about the text. First question is, locate the lines in the text that support the title, The Ailing Planet. When you will read the chapter, you will get some lines that prove that the planet is ailing, the planet is sick. So the line which you will get, the earth's vital signs reveal a patient in declining health. One line you will find while reading the chapter, that the earth's vital signs reveal a patient in declining health. Apart from this, when you will read about the biological systems, there also you will find that how they are depleted, and this also prove that the patient is in declining health. Now next question is, what does the notice, the world's most dangerous animal at the cage in the zoo at Lusaka, Zambia signify? What does it mean? You should know that, as I have told you, that in Lusaka, Zambia, there is a cage, and at the entry, at the door of the cage, it is mentioned world's most dangerous animal. Actually, there is no animal in that. There is a mirror. So the person sees his own reflection in the zoo. So what does it signify? It signifies that man himself is the most dangerous animal. He himself is responsible for all the destructions and deteriorations of ecology and environment. Now next question, how are the earth's principal biological systems being depleted? As I told you, there are 4 biological systems, principal biological systems. They are fisheries, they are grassland, forest and croplands. They are the foundation of global economy. Our economy depends on these 4 biological systems. Their productivity has become impaired due to human pressure on them. Forest, for their human being, for his own benefit, he is clearing the forest. Grassland, they are also converted into barren lands. Forests are cut down for fuel. Fishing is exploited for protein. So in this way, the world's increasing population is the cause behind all the depletion of these biological systems. Now next question, why does the author aver that growth of world population is one of the strongest factors distorting the future of human society? Yes, it is quite clear that human himself is responsible for all the problems. Actually, the growth of world population is one of the strongest factor that is distorting the future of human society. So the writer Naini Palkhiwala, he says, he avers that population explosion will be oppose a great threat to future of human society, because you know that our country is at population risk. Overpopulation will upset all the plans of development. And what will be the result? The result will be poverty and unemployment. More population means poverty and unemployment. So, I think this is all for this video. You might have understood the concept, you might have understood the theme, the summary and discussion part. If any problem remains, you should go through the chapter very thoroughly. You can clear it through your classroom. Thank you. Once more, I want to say, if you have not subscribed our channel, please subscribe it. Press the bell icon so that you can get the current notifications. Thank you.